Hey guys, this is Dion here with Your Guitar Academy. So in this unit, we're going to be looking at down picking, and we're going to be playing through this really cool piece of an A and a B section that features some really cool single note lines, single note down picked riffs. And there's also going to be a couple of exercises as well to get you really zooming forward with your down picking technique. So grab your guitar and let's get going. If you just joined us, don't forget you can head over to the website to grab all the tabs, chord boxes, backing tracks, and anything else you need to do with the course, all completely free. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button and leave us a comment and we can have a chat.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In this first lesson, we're going to take a look at that first half of the A section. So you'd hear there's kind of two different parts to this riff. So if I play it much slower, it sounds something like this, just that first half. So once more. So a couple of things to have a look at with this riff here. So first and foremost, you hear that it's just single notes. So we're not going to be worrying about any chords just yet. That'll come a little bit later on. But the thing that I also want you to listen out for on this is that it's very precise. So there's lots of silence in between the notes. And there's also a fair bit of palm muting as well. But most importantly, it's all down picking. All right. So you might be thinking, okay, so why couldn't I just alternate pick all of this? I mean, you could, but there's a definite difference in tonality with alternate picking and down picking, okay? And we're aiming to get that really aggressive metal sound by way of using down picking, all right? So let's just talk about the notes at first. So we have just an open E string to start with, okay? And then what I want you to do, we have to play the 7th fret on the A string twice with downstrokes and palm muted. So it sounds like this. Okay, so just get used to that feel of an open string followed by palm mute and 2 downstrokes. So I've got some drums here at about, they're at 65 BPM. So that part on its own would just sound something like this. So you see there's a real contrast between the non-palm muted note and the palm muted note, all right? That's what we want. We want to get a distinct difference. But you'll hear as well, the 2 palm muted notes, they're the same volume. So it's not like, you know, it's very much same volume, same level of intensity. So following on from that, so we then play the 5th fret of the D string with our first finger, and you want to add one of those micro bends to it. So that's where I'm just really gently tweaking the string, pulling my first finger downwards. Like that, okay? So in context. And you hear how that note is much more open, so that's not palm muted at all. So you have to get used to going palm, mute, off. So the exercise later on in this unit, there's a couple of them, that's going to really help you get used to that feeling of palm muting and releasing. But for now, just try that nice and slow and see how you get on with it. So far we have. Okay, and then following on from that, So that's just the 7th fret of A followed by the 8th fret on the A string. So, yeah, and again, I'm down picking that, not palm muted though. So far, 2, 3, 4, and. And you can try it even slower. So that's 65. You know, at first, if you're really new to this style, you may want to go down to sort of 55 or something like that. It's great. So. Yeah, so that's a really good starting point for this riff. And as I said, the main thing is just getting used to having the palm muted notes and the open notes. You know, there's a much different kind of tonality to them. So, yeah, so we'll be looking at much more of that as the course moves on. So the final part of this first section, so we have, then we have this. Okay, so with the drums. And 1. And again. And again. So once again, you'll hear there's definitive silence between the notes, all right? We're making sure it's really tight and really precise. And that's important. So first things first, we're palm muting again with this hand, downstrokes. So we do 4 downstrokes, nice and forceful. And then we have, okay, so down, down. But if you watch my left hand when I hit those last 2, see my fingers are coming to rest on the strings and they're cutting the note off. So they're making it really staccato. So once again, yeah, as opposed to, if I was to play that all legato sounding, it would be, which isn't quite the sound we're going for. We want to make sure those notes are really choppy at the end. So once again, down, 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 mute, down, mute, down, mute. So that's something that will take a bit of getting used to, is synchronizing the hands so that the left hand is muting when you want it to, and the right hand is picking when you want it to. So I'd recommend just, you know, trying that bit super slow as well. So, you know, 1 and. So it comes in on 1 and, okay? And 1. And 1. And you know, once again, remember with down picking, you're going to be wanting to maintain that feeling of a relaxed arm. Okay, so this should be from the wrist. And again, as I said, you don't want to start this stuff too quick, too high a speed, because then you will start tensing up and you'll sacrifice that good technique in, you know, in favor of trying to get it really quick, which is what we don't want. So nice and slow, nice controlled movements, no tension in the arm, and consistency. So consistency is key. Now making sure all of those notes are the same dynamic, the same length, and the same volume, okay? So let's just hear the riff once again, all in one at 55 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... And again. So you see how I'm sliding out as well of that 8th fret, which you can absolutely do if you want to. So yeah, I would say with this, just always be checking that you're maintaining that good technique. Whenever you're playing this sort of style, just keep that check on yourself. Say, okay, is my arm relaxed? Is my left hand relaxed as well? Remember the thumb bit behind the neck. And then you can just gradually start to up the speed as you go. As it becomes more and more comfortable, you know, 5 BPM at a time or something, maybe every couple of days or every week. It's totally up to you. But as I say, first and foremost is the importance of maintaining that good technique. So in the next video, we're just going to talk about the second half of this A section. So that's it for this lesson. So if you want to head back to the beginning of the course, you can click here. And if you want to go on to the next lesson, you can click here. So leave us a comment, guys, and we'll get back to all of your questions. We absolutely love hearing your feedback. It really helps us.